Hello everyone, this is Josh Explain Place, and today we continue to grow and expand our city of Houstonville in Cities Skylines 2. Let's see what we can come up with in this episode number 2. Let's begin. In our last and first episode, we were able to create this nice little town that I think works really well. It looks more realistic than the towns that I think Cities Skylines 2 has been able to give us. We were able to plop down an elementary school, the high school, we did the cemetery, and we did a landfill along with the medical clinic. And we have if I can find them, we have a small but nice city. I think it's working really well. We have a lot of demand for everything, thankfully, which is good. Just like we did with City Skylines 1, we're gonna go and take a look at our info views. We're gonna take a look at the roads. Everything is looking good enough. There's no parking, and I think that's something that we had unlocked in a previous episode, but I don't think so. Yeah, we haven't unlocked it yet. In terms of traffic, everything is going well. Of course, there's busy streets as always, but everything should be fine. In terms of electricity, we're not producing anything. Everything we use is from our outside connection. In terms of water, we are doing well. We are producing way more than enough than what we need, so that should be fine. We also have a really good healthcare system, I believe so. Same thing with garbage management. I think we're going to be doing really well. Education, things are going really nice. Even though the population is really small, I decided to plop in a high school and an elementary school. I think it's very needed. Tourism is almost non-existent. And we have, for example, happiness. Things are going well. I think we're going to be able to make things a little bit better, but we're going to wait for that. What else do we have here? Workplace availability. We have air pollution, we have ground pollution, we have noise pollution, which is not that bad at the moment. And we have water pollution, which it's going to be affecting this, but again, we should be fine for now. We are at the small village milestone, and we are very close to getting to large village. And what it's going to happen in large village is we're going to be able to get more money, which I don't know if you've noticed here. We are not doing that well, and I think that's one of the reasons why the game is very generous, not only in terms of giving you money when you reach the next milestone, but with government subsidies. I think that's the reason why. Just a more complex game. We also get 2 more development points and 4 expansion permits, a larger loan limit, taxation, medium density housing, and education research. So we should be getting there. I'm sorry, that's the small village. The large village has a larger loan limit, of course, service budgets, livestock farming, stone mining, the fire and rescue, police administration, and finally we're going to be able to plop down a firehouse and a police station. If you can see here, one of my criticisms is basically we should be able to unlock these tabs from the beginning. I didn't like the way they did it in City Skylines 1, but at least it worked a little bit better. And in here I think it's too restricting, and again it creates a fake challenge or sense of more of a challenge that's not there. So I think it will be very helpful, especially because like right now we are producing a lot of water and we're barely using a little bit more than 10%, and so I think that's a lot of money that we're wasting there. But again, that's how the game wants us to play it. We chose a really cool map. We are basically living in a valley. It looks really nice, and I think it works well for our city of Houstonville. Again, we try to make it as Texan as possible, and we might be able to create a Galveston little area here for when we have the trade for cargo. I think that's going to be very helpful too. And so let's try to figure out how we want to deal with our expansion in terms of buying tiles. As I mentioned, we are very close to getting to large village. So while we wait, and again, there's demand for everything, but again, we should be fine. And let's take a look and see where would be the best option to grow. And I think that for right now, it's very interesting to see where we could continue, especially because the terrain seems to be not that flat, and I don't wanna deal with that right now. We have 6 permits. We should be able to expand here. I think that's gonna be an option. When it comes to development points, I do want to wait to get the communication so we can start doing that. We don't need bigger roundabouts yet, so we're completely fine with that. And so in here, I think we should be able to continue our expansion. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna draw some more streets. We're gonna have a couple of curves in here just to make sense of the terrain. And then we will come back to continue playing the game and deal with all this zoning. So let me draw those roads. But let's just take a look at the progression panel really quick. So we finally get there. We have 4 more progression points. We can do something with police, something with fire, which I think we're fine. But maybe we can do... we'll do this in a bit. Everything else, I think we should be fine. There's no need for anything. I'm just gonna do the crematorium or the road. Let's do that. Let's do the parking area, and we'll wait for that. And before we continue with the expansion here, let me just place a couple of parking lots. And the way that I see things, I believe that parking lots should be free. So I'm gonna put one here, another one here, and just one more in here. And I do think they should be free, so we're not gonna be charging anything on either of them. I think that's gonna help people a lot. And maybe we'll put one more here. And let's see what's the next size. That's a little bit too big. Maybe we can put 2 of these. And let's just, again, take off the parking fee. And I am gonna zone just a little bit more industrial and here of. So again, let me work on this area and we will be back. Well, I think we did a pretty good job in here for a new a new subdivision. However, and it stopped raining. No. However, I think that now we need to expand our industrial area, and I don't think this is the right place. So we have 5 more tiles, and I think those tiles are gonna be better used here. So I am gonna unlock 1, 2. Yeah, let's just unlock these 4 and maybe this one. So let's see what we got. It's basically a really small. We can make this into a little park, okay? And now we have access into the railroad, which we still won't be able to work with it. So let me see if I can do one of my usual exits here. I think that's gonna be something that we need to see if we can try. So let me try to do one of my exit ramps and we will be back. Well, I do think that this looks okay. Once I get a hang of how things work a little bit better in terms of the controls and everything else with the roads, but I think that, oh, and the fact that we haven't unlocked the highways, which I think I'm gonna, I'll wait for that. There's no need right now. We have one-way streets, and I think that's gonna work well, really well for now. So a couple of things that we need to do, since we already have space here for more industrial. So first of all, let's place down this fire station, and I think, let's see, well, the coverage is basically really good, so I think I'm gonna put it here, and we're gonna see what else we have for it to expand. And it has the garage extension, and it's only one, okay. And now let's try to do the police station. That's a little bit bigger, and I think this is gonna be a perfect place to place it. And let's see what type of upgrades it has. It just has one more, and I think that's gonna work really well. We have the livestock farming, which we could kind of do here. I think it's we need to move the power lines, but I think it's gonna work well, but not for right now. And so let me pause the game, and I'm gonna zone a lot of residential area here, but first I don't think we're able, no, we don't have it. So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna upgrade this road into just a 4-lane road. That way we have access to water, and this is gonna be a little bit weird, so let me see what we can do. I think it's just an upgrade, but for as much as I like what they're doing here, I think sometimes it's you have to be very, very careful like this to make sure that you do it the correct way. So I think this is gonna be fine, yes. And so now we have access to water and to electricity. We might need some more connections in case there's like a bottleneck here or whatnot, but I think it should work for right now. And maybe whenever we upgrade this into an actual expressway. So let me zone as much as I can, and we will be back. And I think this is growing rather nicely. We might want to just add a little roundabout here. I think that's gonna be very helpful. There's already a roundabout here, and I think this is gonna work really well. And even though this is not a large road, I think we should make it like a main road, and so we're gonna make sure to have grass, and I think it's gonna look really nice. And we have a lot of demand for low density, so we're gonna continue to some for residential, and we have now some for commercial and industrial, which we are gonna put in here. So let's put some commercial here and some industrial here, and I think that's gonna start developing rather nicely. Yeah, I think that's gonna work really well. And so let's zone a little bit more residential here. I think I'm gonna do all of these as residential. I don't see why not. And I do like the contour that we're going to with the little shoreline. I think that looks really cool, really nice, and it's gonna add a little bit more of detail and more personality, a better personality into this town. We still haven't unlocked parks, which again I completely dislike. We're already, as a large village, we've already done 3 milestones, and it's a little bit frustrating because you do want to play some stuff and it's just not helpful. And as we can see, we're still doing really bad in terms of money, but I think that with time is gonna get a lot better once we're able to. Let's check on these services. In terms of water, I think we can lower the budget a little bit, maybe to 70%, and let's just make sure that things are not gonna go completely crazy. Let's fast forward. Yeah, I think we're gonna be. I think we might be able to do 50%. Yeah, I think we should be okay with 50%. Again, we need to keep an eye on this. And maybe also with education we can do 50%. And maybe garbage management we can do 75. Again, or 76. Again, it used to be a little bit easier with the first city skylines, so we'll see. We did manage to lower this by a lot, but we still have a lot of subsidies and things should be working still well. Let's just make sure in this tab, electricity we're not producing, so we should be fine for now. Water we're gonna be doing well. Healthcare, we're fine. Maybe we can lower this a little bit. I don't want to do it too much. Same thing with the cemetery. In terms of garbage, I think we're able to do it. Let's see what else we can do to process more. Let's see. Processing speed is good enough. Maybe we can do the truck depot, waste collection port, and recycling. I think we're fine for now. We should be fine for now. That's going to be very helpful. We do have demand for medium density, and I think we can try to. I thought we had some of this, but apparently we didn't. So we're gonna do the row housing here, and I think I'm gonna wait for the medium density housing. I think this is more than enough, and I think it's too big for this city. I think this is already growing too much. Let's see why these people abandoned this. It's condemned. Let's just destroy it. We're doing well. This person is complaining about not enough customers. Again, things are gonna get a whole lot better here, and maybe I can do a little road. Yeah, let's just do it here. We do a little curb road. There you go. Oh, and we need to upgrade it because we had selected one-way road. I think that's gonna go really well. And let me add more of these low density housing and add a little bit more of commercial here. And yeah, let's add more here. I think that's gonna be working really well. And let's add more industrial. We're gonna add this and this, and I think we should be able to take off this light. And I don't think there's another one here. There's one, but we'll take it off. And same thing here and here. There's really no need for it. And I think the only type of demand is gonna be medium density, and I think we can add a little bit more here. So let's do that really quick. I think this is growing nice enough. As you can see, we have some issues with the animation and everything. Hopefully things get a little bit better with some patches, because I think it's a little bit annoying. So things are working really well with our city. We have basically lowered the demand for almost everything. So let's see what else we can plop down. And for the signature building, we had already done this. And let's see what this says about the building. It's the rock musician's mansion, and I think that's gonna work really well. And you know what? Let's see what our friend Magnus Wallace is doing. He's at home, he's content, and still working at the bookstore. That's nice. And let's add another person, maybe somebody that works in this area. Let's see if we can find somebody that's walking. Let's see who else is walking. Again, one of the things that I can understand is not having bicycles, so that's something that it's just weird not to see this. And let's add this. He's also content, educated, and he works at Albatsu, which is here. Okay. He lives there. I'm sorry. He works. Yeah. This is the other side, and I think. See, something that I don't like is the fact that, I mean, there's demand for medium density, but we should be able to curb the demand and just have it, how can I put it, just if there's no supply for them, I think we should be able to change things. I mean, that's how it should be done. There's issues with water. We should be fine, right? Yeah, we're doing well. What I meant is force people that want medium density housing into low density. I mean, there's enough low density, which means that it shouldn't be that expensive, which is what people want. We're having issues here with electricity, and I think it could be because of this. Maybe there's a bottleneck here. Anyways, basically, if there's availability of other type of residential zone, people should be able to get it. And because it gets a little bit frustrating to have to deal with all that, but we'll see. Hopefully things can change, but we don't know. And let's see what we can do here. The way things were recommended or were done in one of the streams for City Skylines 2 is to just zone enough so that these sites don't get built yet, and once things start to get built, then you can zone the rest, and that should be fine. So we're gonna wait here, and I think that's what I'm gonna do for now. Well, we got to the milestone 4, which is Grand Village. Let's take a look at that in a bit. The way that I want things to be is basically, if it's gonna be some sort of medium density, it has to be in a smaller block. If it's gonna be regular density, I mean low density, then it can be on bigger lots. And now that we unlocked Grand Village, now we have a larger loan limit, we have the district creation tool, we have a production panel, we have more policies, we have natural disasters, we have transportation overview, low rent housing, low density offices, grain farming, forestry, transportation, and be able to have a bus depot, taxi depot, and parks, which is what I want to place right now. As we can see, we open this, which is the transportation development tab. We have the basic transportation services, which is the bus station, and in here we have the parks and recreation, which we have the basic park. So what I'm going to do is just leave this here for now, and let's wait a little bit. Anything else that we unlock, that's about it. So we're gonna be fine with buses. I'm not gonna place anything right now, but we are gonna unlock this and this one, sports park, and you're gonna see that I'm gonna place one right here. So let's take a look at what we unlocked. First of all, the specialized industry area tool and the district creation tool. So we can do a couple of things with that. Not as much as with City Skylines 1, so I'm not gonna worry about it. We unlocked offices, which I think there's a little bit of demand, so I'm just gonna do a little square here and just place it here. I think it's gonna be the perfect place to put some of these. And maybe somewhere here, maybe we have a road go in here. So let's make sure that we don't get funky roads. We kind of did. Sure, I'll be okay with it. Let's take off this light. Let's put a stop sign. No, we're fine without stop signs. And let's just put some more office space. There you go. And now we are getting asked to do high density, and that's something that I don't want. Again, we should be able to just grow the city slowly and continue having just neighborhoods and subdivisions with low density housing. I don't know why the push for it has to be that hard, but that's how it is. I think the only place that I'm gonna try, that I'm gonna plop here, is gonna be here. And let's do the low house rent in here, next to the school, and maybe we can do something here too. So let's leave that to work itself out. Let's take a look first of all at the negatives that we have here. We have unoccupied buildings. That's why there's no low density demand, and high taxes apparently, even though we're still not making that much money. The medium density demand, we have unoccupied buildings and we have taxes. And for high density, we have unoccupied buildings and taxes. So I don't know what the deal is with them. Same thing, everybody's complaining about taxes. So I think we can just lower them to 10, and that's as much as we're gonna do to help them. And hopefully we have more demand grow. I mean, there's already demand for medium density, and I just don't want to stop doing this three squares depth for building. So give me just a little bit, and I'm gonna do some more rows in here, a little bit different, smaller, but let me work that out here. Well, I think we've managed to continue growing this city. I don't think we did as much in here, but we're gonna do a couple more things before. I don't know what this is telling me. Come down. We'll wait for it to get a little bit better. Before we finish this episode, let's plop down some parks. So there's a small park here, campfire site, dog park, playground, and plaza. So let's do a small park in here, and let's see what type of sports parks we have. We have a tennis court, an outdoor gym, a skate park, and a basketball court. So I'm gonna put 1 and 2, and a little tennis court. Well, actually very big. In here, I'm gonna add a couple of. See, I don't know why you're not able to continue, but it should be fine. So we're gonna put the walkway here, 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 and here. And let's add a little bit more trees. So we're gonna let's do some oak trees. I think that's gonna be enough. And hopefully this increases our happiness in this area. But we still have to put a couple of parks here. And I think this is gonna be the perfect place to put them. You know what? I think we have enough points. Let me just unlock large parks. It's a little bit annoying that we have to unlock certain things. So we have the large plaza, large playground. Let's put the large city park, and let's put it here. And that should help with the value of everything here. And let's put a little plaza, just a little plaza here. Yeah, let's put it here. And I think that should be great. And one more thing before we finish this episode is we're gonna see what else we want to, or how we want to expand. And I think we're gonna be okay for now expanding here. And let's continue expanding here. Let's unlock. Can we unlock this? Yeah, it's just 6. And we're gonna have to do a highway exit here. I forgot if we unlocked highways. No, we didn't. So that's gonna have to wait for our next milestone, which is Tiny Town. And that's gonna give us 5 development points, which is gonna be great. And I think this is where we are gonna finish our episode. Again, sometimes we don't do as much with the city, and we're learning how this new game works. Like I mentioned before, I don't like the fact that you need to place down high density even though you don't want to do it. I think that plopping down low density residential should be enough to little by little chip at that demand, because I just don't think that it's that realistic to have a town this size and already have skyscrapers. Basically, of course they're not skyscrapers, but just large buildings. I'm okay with the medium density. These ones, the row housing, first of all, I think it looks really nice. It looks great, and so it makes sense, but not for the other stuff. Again, we're still not making money. Our difference is growing smaller, which is great, and hopefully that can be something for us to make sure to get better at for the following episodes. And as always, I want to thank you for watching and liking this video, subscribing to my channel, and leaving any comments, suggestions in the comment section. Stay safe, and we'll see each other in our next episode. Thank you.